Good afternoon, staff. I'm Salishma from BSc Horticulture first year. Our problem was to control the water and water because it is the major problem that water bodies are facing today. Because these water acids are everywhere. But the control of very expensive and involves really labor intensive. Because basically there are three methods. Our country used to this it was not a permanent method to paint them because it has specific prolific reproduction method. So it can reproduce through seeds and its stem fragmentations. When we clean that using the machines so that it can grow over time. So it can, for example, the PMC Pune Municipal Corporations has spent 20 crores in last decades for cleaning this water engine, but it's not permanent. They clean every year. So we have come with an idea for this. We give an idea to utilize it rather than control it because this crops has an this plants has an ability to grow as a massive speed. It can double its in just a week. So we can use it for production of biogas. It has the capital in our country, Kerala farmers use this for fertilizers, but they use it in not a proper way. And Assam they use it for crops, but they are only for the small loads, small loads. But on the major area where these crops grown, they only want to destroy it and spend more monies on that. That are that's no, they didn't know that is not a permanent method. So we can use this law, an enormous amount of plants for productions of biogas, ethanol, and fertilizers. These three are the main we are import from other countries. In last year, our country import 47% of total biogas consumption. And fertilizers, we have imported 6.3 million metric tons of nitrogen fertilizers from other countries. And ethanol, and first of all, I come with fertilizer. When we make fertilizer from these plants, these plants have a nitrogen fixer in it. So so we can use it for fertilizers. It can be a super nitrogen fixer, and it has a potash, which is we import 93% of our usage of potash. Um, and biogas production. And the gas price of India today is now large level. When we use this for usage of the biogas, we can produce a large amount because I cited it has an enormous growth speed and enormous amount of area is covered with this one. So we can use it. And next, the ethanol production. In ethanol production, last week, our government has introduced first flex fuel for engine, which can run on heat and that is 20% petrol and 10% ethanol. Ethanol. And then our country, our government has aims to be achieve E20, that E20 on 2030, which means use 80% petrol and 20% ethanol. So that we can use, we can produce more amount of ethanol. Last year, our government, our country will produce only 9.2 billion liters of ethanol, which they expected from 6.2 billion liters expected from um, sugarcane feedstock, and 3.32 billion expected from 3.3 billion liters of ethanol expected from this grain feedstocks. And the major problem is these two crops can wants more water to growth and a large area. When we use that for when our country wants to replace petrol with ethanol, we have need a large amount of ethanol. So we can want an alternative way for producing ethanol. Our government has prohibited using of spoiled foods. They are prohibited. Do not use that. They only said for ethanol production use only the stock feeds and drained foods. So we can give this idea of using this invasive species water enhanced for the ethanol production because it has enormous growth and it was in all areas. So we can have a supply for every time. So it is cost effective than other types of cultivation. And And this is helpful for our economy also because we import last year we import the petrol with the amount of 157 billion dollars. So we can use this. That's for future. We can self sufficient on this plan. And our country has aimed to be the zero carbon emission on 2017. This will help for our country to achieve that. Achieve that. Sir, any queries on this? Any questions? Hello? Hello?
Yes, over to jury members for question and session.
So I have few questions on this. So are there any natural predicators or biological control method that can help in manage water and hydrogen population in lakes?
Sir,
So are there any natural predictors or biological control methods?
yes, sir. We will in other countries they use weevils for this visual control, and in our country, Bangalore, they first of all they use the weevils to control, and they succeed on that also.
So what are the current management strategy in place to control the mitigate the spread of water hackathon and how effective that can be?
Sir, in some areas only they use the biological controls. Major of the areas they use physical methods like machines and labors. This is not, but that they are only temporary. Temporary in Kerala and Assam, Bengal, these states can utilize this for that. Last year, 2019, the crafts made of water agency from Assam has been placed on the wild yoga day scheme that was Japan, and they exported these crafts into many countries. Our idea is to rather than destroying it, we can use it for our use it for our our welfare because because this sorry, because whenever there is a geopolitical crisis, the petrol price was increases. So we can it can it can it can also increase our major basic needs, vegetables and other things. So we can use ethanol. So in ethanol production, our country was very low in level. When we use this water transit for ethanol production, we may save many $billions on this.
So how we can balance the need of lack of conservation with the potential harm caused by chemical treatment or some physical removal method?
Sir, what's that?
So how we can balance the need for a lack of lake conservation with the potential harm caused by chemical treatment or else some physical method?
Sorry, I didn't understand. Like when
So,
chemical you ask about the chemical disadvantages.
so how we can balance the need for the lack conservation with the potential harm caused by the chemical treatment or physical removal method?
We didn't use chemicals for this. We use chemicals. We just need to utilize them. But using physical methods, there is no.
Okay, is there any successful case studies or examples of lakes that you have effectively collaborated with the idea whatever you are doing right now? Any lesson you learned from
Sir,
there?
sir, can you please repeat, sir? My phone was little hanging. I come with Boris phones. Sir,
Okay, okay. It's I'm asking that you are done
yes, sir.
any case study? You are done any case studies or examples of lakes or effective control method? Or you learned any lesson from the model whichever you implement right now?
Uh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If you if you want to control it, maybe by in lake, example, Lake Victoria and South Africa, they clean 3,700 acres with physical methods. but that's not a permanent method. They can replicate next times. That it costs for $120 million. And in Louisiana states, they use chemical agents for destroying these
Okay,
alligator
okay,
weeds
fine.
and these weeds both, and they're using 2,4-D chemicals, and it can take 1 month and a highest to clean up that, sir. And it can cause an effect on our underground water. So we can doesn't use chemical methods on that, sir.
Fine, fine.
And
How can,
see,
yeah, it is well
I,
understood. So how can local communities or governments or environmental organization can collaborate to address your problem of uncontrolled water?
sir, I have an idea of harvesting that two types, sir. In a large area means large lakes or large events, we can use the physical methods of using the machines. The reason was, when we use these machines in long run, it can cost effective. But in small areas, we can collaborate with the local communities for the cleaning process and drying process, sir.
Fine, fine. Your idea and approach is well good only. Just gather more ideas and try to update your model. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
And also your voice is often breaking, and it is some content has been understood by us, and some content it has been distracting. So hopefully you do some model with updated information for the next level of event. Okay. So thank you all. I enjoyed
Okay,
your presentation. Thank you all. All the best.
okay.